The journey to become a peaceful warrior is not easy. But the journey begins with little steps. The journey begins from the self. The journey begins from within. Hello Bethanians! Welcome once again to Bethany Virtual Cafe. Now on to the next clip. But before I give my take on the second clip, let's try to go back to the first clip and see the last part of it where Socrates asked Dan another challenging question. The question was that if you don't win or qualify for the Olympics, what will you do? So I think that that question is related to the very first question that he asked Dan, which is, are you happy? And so here, he was trying to challenge Dan to see where his happiness and where his core is really coming from, or what are his core values. And if he's able to determine that core value, then he'll be able to become a good and a wonderful warrior.
Thanks for stopping by. Everyone tells you what to do and what's good for you. They don't want you to find your own answers. They want you to believe theirs.
And let me guess. You want me to believe yours?
No. I want you to stop gathering information from outside yourself and start gathering it from the inside.
Are you part of some cult or something?
People are afraid of what's inside. And that's the only place they're ever gonna find what they need. Why can't you sleep? Is it because maybe late at night, when all the noise dies down and you're laying there in bed and there's nobody around but you, then maybe you get a little scared? Scared because suddenly everything feels so empty. You tell me you want to be more than just someone who gets up on those rings and performs a well-practiced stunt or two. You tell me you want to be someone who uses his mind and his body in ways that most people would never have the courage to. And I will train you, Dan, to be a real warrior.
In the second clip, we see another encounter between Socrates and Dan. And here, it gets a little deeper because Socrates now is trying to dig deeper into the innermost person, the innermost reality, the search from within. I think that it is very important for us to look for what's within us, because what's within us is the very source of our being. What's within us, we believe, is the Spirit of God. What's within us is God trying to reach out to us and to help us, motivate us, empower us to become the better version of ourselves. And so in this part of the movie, we can see that Socrates is trying to help Dan establish a deeper connection, not only with what honor and what the Olympics offers. So regardless of whether he gets accepted or not, he'll be okay. Regardless of whether he qualifies for the Olympics or not, he'll be fine. Why? Because his core is deeply rooted within. For us, if our core is rooted on God, then we'll be fine. Because we find our dependence on God. that we cannot do anything without God, that we cannot achieve our goals without God. So in this time of the pandemic, all the more reason we should hang on to what's within us, our core values, Jesus. Because Jesus provides us with the strength that we need. The strength that we need to overcome the challenges of the pandemic. Because this is difficult, these are difficult times. And difficult times call for difficult measures or good measures. And good measures for us come with our reliance and dependence on God. Because without God, we are nothing. When Hidilyn Diaz won the first gold for the Philippines, well, of course, there was a shower of awards and all the monetary promises that will be given to her out of the generosity of the people in the Philippines, including some politicians and even some companies and corporations. But one thing that's very interesting in the winning of Hidilyn Diaz is not that because he's going to receive this good amount of money, 40 million pesos and counting, but her expression and profession of her faith. If you can see in some of the posts in Facebook, you'll see that people are posting her proudly showing this medal pendant. And by showing it to people, she's trying to tell the people that she was able to get all of this winning and strength all because of her devotion to the Blessed Mother. All because of her faith. So see, it is important for us to look into the source of our strength, the source of our winning, the source of our living. Because if we are confident in the very source of our being, and we know that God is there, then all things or all else will follow. So the winning, the gold, the glory, the honor, well, these are all the things that Hidilyn at this point deserve. But more than that, whether she won or not, for sure, she'll still be proud of herself for earning for herself those glory, honor, and the awards. So what's within you? What are your core values? What is that thing or power that compels you to do what you're doing? To go to work each day, to strive to get that gold, or to strive to win your battles. Because what's within you is that which gives you power. What's within you is God making you achieve all your goals. If you have watched the very first vlog I did for Bethany Virtual Cafe, I have mentioned in that vlog that the primary inspiration of the Bethany Virtual Cafe is taken from an instance or incident in Scripture when Jesus visited the siblings, specifically Martha and Mary. And in that occasion, when Jesus visited them, Martha and Mary, or the sisters, were practically doing two different things. Martha was busy in the kitchen preparing food for the visitors and even for Jesus. Mary, on the one hand, was found sitting at the very feet of Jesus and listening to him intently. So as the encounter would progress in Scripture, it would indicate or say that Martha in fact asked Jesus to tell Mary to come to the kitchen to help her. But Jesus rebuked Martha by saying that, you know, you are busy with a lot of things. Mary, on the one hand, has chosen the better part. So that encounter is life-changing for the siblings as it is to us today, because it is indicative of the message of Jesus telling us that what's more important in this life is not our preoccupations, is not the things that we do, is not our personal goals. What is important in this life is our relationship with Jesus. And we deepen that relationship with Jesus first by looking into ourselves, by looking what's within us, where we can find Jesus himself. The journey to become a peaceful warrior is not easy, but the journey begins with little steps. The journey begins from the self. The journey begins from within.